Well, all right. Big news is hitting here at Universal Studios Orlando. Let's find out. Looks like that Rip Ride Rockit will be closing in September for a new roller coaster. What will it be? What do you have your hopes up for? Ghostbusters? Back to the Future? A Minions family-friendly coaster? I don't think so, but we're going to find out what it will be shortly, I think. I think they're already working on it. It took them 2 years to do Velocicoaster. Now, I don't know how much demolition they had to do in that area. I was not very familiar with the parks at that point in time, but it took 2 years. I did look it up on the internet. I am that smart to Google it. But it took 2 years for them to build Velocicoaster. They will be closing down Rip Ride Rockit in September of 2025. So you're looking at least a year and a half to 2 years, I would think. Even if they're starting to build the ride vehicle already, and there's speculation that Intamin is actually working on it and actually already has some of the track built already for the coaster. It's blue. It's in England, I think, and their headquarters there. But what will it be? Seen plans for a coaster that looks similar to Rip Ride Rockit, actually has the same skyline view that Rip Ride Rockit has. But we do know that Blue Man Group will be over at Icon Park now, so they will not be returning to Universal because they were back here before. So this whole area here could actually be a new land or a new coaster by itself. So we're going to walk on in here and see exactly what the footprint could look like and talk a little bit more about it. But Rip Ride Rockit gone in September of 2025. Now, September's got 31 days in it, so it could be at the first part of September, it could be the latter part of September, or it could be the middle of September. Who knows? So that is a long time period. So if you want to come, Rip Ride Rockit's one of your favorite rides. You want to come here and get on Rip Ride Rockit. You've got until September 31st or September 1st to get on it and take a ride on it. I'm going to walk down here to the harbor here first, down here on City Walk, and talk a little bit about this here. Now, in the plans, they have this all-water management all the way down from Rip Rockit all the way down here. So I would think more than likely that one of these walkways will be open at least, and I would think it would be this one here. They probably will have silk fence down here. I don't think they'll close this walkway down. They might close it down, but I don't think the new coaster will push itself out of the existing footprint up here. I don't think they would do that. There's too much room back here in the back for them to use to actually come forward here. So I will think that this area here will be intact when it's all said and done complete. They might push out a little bit up there, but I don't think they'll push out much. So I think this area here will stay primarily the same here. So let's walk on in studios. So not only do you see Rip Ride Rockit from City Walk, I mean, it is visible from City Walk, even some of the, when you go over to Hard Rock, you can see it, but you can see it as soon as you walk into the park. So it does have a big presence here in the sight line. Wow, 70 minutes for Despicable Me right now for Minion Mayhem. Wow, that is crazy wait time there for Despicable Me. Well, let's walk on by here. And so this is Minion Land. And so you would think that where the entrance right now is currently for Rip Ride Rockit, that you would probably stay Minions. So you would maybe have a family coaster here for Minions, but I don't think you need to do a family coaster here. If you want to do something else for the family, add a carousel back in DreamWorks Land. Back there where you have Kung Fu Panda and his training center at, that's a perfect spot for a carousel. You could actually put a carousel in there. with all of the DreamWorks characters being the ride vehicle or being the horse, however you want to look at it. But what would this be right here? What could you actually do with this? I mean, this whole area right here could be demoed. You've got the Fear Factor, the old Fear Factor back there. You could actually build something back there, a better stage back here. You've got that set up back here, so you could actually take this out. You could actually almost have a whole nother land back here because you're not going to do anything with the theater behind it. It's all marked off for this back here, for the water management. But why are they taking this down? It's only 2009, so it's only going on 15 years old right now, so it'll be 16 years old. Why are they taking it down? I mean, it was planned on having 9 ride vehicles at one time. I think the most they've ever been able to get on it's 7. Usually it's only about 3, 4, or 5. So right here we have 2 right now, and that's usually what I see on it. So 2, maybe 3 right now. So here goes the third one up. So you've got 3 vehicles right now on it, at the most 4. So that's one of the reasons why it's such a long wait time on this ride. It's cut in half, or maybe even into a third of what the capacity of this ride is supposed to be. But what will it be? That's the big question. Jimmy Fallon's is right here, which used to be the Ghostbusters, Twisters before that, then Ghostbusters. So what will this be? What do you think? Will it be a Ghostbusters-themed roller coaster? Will it be something completely new? I'm kind of hoping for a Back to the Future roller coaster. I don't want Fast and Furious. Do something else. You can get rid of Fast and Furious completely out of the park as far as I care. I'm not a big fan of the franchise. I think the movies are pretty silly. People are going to hate me for saying that, but I think they are. I'm just not a big fan of it. But I would rather see Ghostbusters, or I would much rather see Back to the Future, some type of Back to the Future ride. So we're back in, going into New York. Got the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon right here. Now this is where Ghostbusters was originally. It was Ghostbusters show, and then it went into Twisters, but now it's Jimmy Fallon. And I don't know. Jimmy Fallon's doesn't do anything for me. Jimmy Fallon's doesn't do anything for me at all. I'm just not a big fan of it. So you could actually turn that into something else. I know that's a big show building. You can make that part of a ride, a big queue. Now, as to one thing that I will say Universal is doing a great job at right now is their queues are totally and completely immersive. So, I mean, you could have Soundstage 22's back here, Soundstage 24 back here. You've got this public library. There's parking back here. There's a parking lot back over here to the left. The Mummy is just right here. So I don't think you extend and come in to the Mummy here at all. I think you stay in the same size of a footprint, but transition it into something else. I mean, I think you could do Ghostbusters would fit in here perfectly, or Back to the Future. I mean, Minions would fit in here. I just don't think you need another family coaster. So what do you think? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. What should they put here? Should they push back in here past the library in here? Because all this, they've got a big building back over here to the left they use for Halloween Horror Nights mainly. Soundstage 22, 24 are both used for HHN. The old Blue Man Group Theater is up there. All they use that for is Grinch now. Could they move something else in here? Could they do something different? So what do we do here? What do we do? That is the question. What is the solution to this big problem that we have here? I don't want Minions. I don't think we need a family roller coaster. do not want Minions. I do not want Fast and Furious. Keep Fast and Furious on the West Coast. Do something different here. You've got enough land here. You can almost put another land in here. But what can you do? Can you go, since Soundstage 22 and 24 are used a lot for HHN? I mean, that is big time property for HHN. That's losing a lot back there for HHN. But there is a big parking lot back here. There's a lot of land back over in here. Now, once they move everything over to Epic, does this open this up back here? I mean, you've got this big building here. Nothing's used in this building. You got a parking lot here. Soundstage 24 is back here. I think back here. I think that's 24. 22 is on the opposite. Actually, this building here on the right is 24. 22 is right here. So I think that's where they actually had Ghostbusters at last year, was 22. I can't remember. There were 3 houses back here. Yeah, 3 houses back here last year. So this is a big area for HHN. But I just don't want to see a Fast and Furious. Keep that on the West Coast. Do something different here. Have a different draw. If somebody wants to go ride the Fast and Furious, let them go to California and ride the Fast and Furious. Have something different here. I mean, you're not going to go there and build a Velocicoaster out there. You've got your Velocicoaster here. It's too far away to tie into Diagon Alley. It's just way too far to tie into Diagon Alley. I mean, if you did Fast and Furious, could you move into that with something new for Diagon Alley? I don't want to see a night bus on Fast and Furious. I just do not want to see that. Do something different. I mean, you have Epic Universe, and it is all completely different from everything that you have now. Do something along those lines here. Let's make it different. Let's do something different. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Remember, Rip Ride Rockit is calling your name until September of 2025. See you on the flip side. Stay frosty.